200 used to be his best event, a bit like Kung Fu Kenny here, if you like, but Zharnel, like Kenny, is pretty swift at the 100 meters as well. Then Fred Kerley. Kerley's going to be in lane 5. One of the quickest men over the 100 meters, but that talent that he has at the longer distances will stand him in good stead surely in this Grand Slam. Needs to do well in this 100 though. Huge reception.
It's going to be hard to compete with this.
Yeah. Oblique Seville, is he ready? Akeem Blake, another. He's run a 200 already this year, and a new personal best over the longer distance, so that might stand him in good stead here. And then the Liberian, Joseph Fahnbulleh, he's going to go in lane 8. Olympic finalist in the last 2 Olympic Games over the 200 meters. So we got Jones in 1, Lindsay in 2, Hughes is in 3, then in the middle, Bednarek's 4, Kerley right in the middle in 5, Seville in the orange in lane 6, then Blake, his teammate next to him, and Fahnbulleh in lane 8.
Set.
Bednarek gets a good start. Fred Kerley just got left a little bit, also going well as Lindsay over in 2, but it's Kenny Bednarek, and then look at Seville right through the middle. Seville is going to just about, no, he does it, oh, does he? That is as close as you want to get. Seville has got the tape around his chest, but Bednarek might have hung on to this. We're going to wait for the photo finish. He's got it. Kenny Bednarek has been given it. 10.07, 10.08. He got out well, didn't he, Bednarek? And then after that point, Seville comes and he starts to charge through. And then at the end, though, maybe the strength, the 200-meter strength, if that is a factor in the 100. But he stayed strong, he stayed good, and he comes out as the winner. Hughes takes third, 10.13, same time as Blake.
Kenny actually doesn't look happy. He reacted really, really well, but had a stumble that kind of interfered with his acceleration. I know that's what he's thinking about. And when that happened, you could see the Jamaicans kind of move through him in the acceleration phase. But with that 100-meter or 200-meter strength, I mean, someone like that's going to come through at the end. Fairly even reaction-wise, but as you can see here, kind of lost his footing in that acceleration. Now you can see him fighting to get back in. He's definitely not going to be pleased with that, but if you're just faster than everyone else, if you're able to relax, you'll get back into the race. It was a lot closer to that replay than I thought. As we've seen the rail cam here, you can see in the acceleration phase, Akeem Blake moving through a lot faster. And Oblique coming through in the latter part of the race. He probably thought that he had it. Battle of the Headbands coming through at the end. But Kenny did come through with the tape to secure that 100 meters. For him, going into the deuce, that's huge. So,
yeah, that's significant, isn't it? He takes 100. Kerley, nowhere really. We said that 10.2 clocking. He was even slow at 10.3. This was into a headwind, incidentally, minus 1.3. Not as windy as it was early in the evening. But that really means a sub-10 clocking for Bednarek, but more importantly, he's got the 12 points.
You know, I'm not too worried about the times here. I mean, he's a 200-meter guy. And you come here and beat some of the major 100-meter players, I mean, you establish yourself. I think that's the biggest thing here.
Kenny Bednarek, there is a reason why the Jamaicans love the 100 meters. It was close, it was exciting. You got the 12 points. How was it for you?
Oh, it feels great. I mean, the first time being in Jamaica, so I definitely hear the crowd. They're electrifying, and you know, my block starts have gone a lot better this year, but that race didn't really show it. I ended up stubbornly, but other than that, a win's a win, and I'm happy to be here.
And the exciting part for you is you love doubling up in the 200 meters, so you must be feeling pretty confident.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident. I mean, last year was me kind of trying to figure things out, and I think I finally figured it out this off-season, so I'm feeling dangerous this year.
The men's 100-meter sprint at Jamaica's Grand Slam meet was a thrilling spectacle, pitting some of the fastest men on earth against one another in a fiercely contested showdown. Among the headliners were World Championship medalist Fred Kerley, Jamaica's homegrown sensations Oblique Seville and Akeem Blake, and 200m specialist Kenny Bednarek, who stunned the field by snatching a narrow but impressive victory. From the moment the gun fired, the race had a charged intensity. With a stacked lineup including Terrence Jones of the Bahamas, Courtney Lindsay, Britain's Zharnel Hughes, and Liberia's Fahnbulleh, expectations were sky high. Despite running into a -1.3 meters per second headwind, several athletes managed to dip under the 10.20 second mark, showing the field's exceptional depth. Launching from lane 4, Bednarek, better known for his prowess in the 200 meters, got out cleanly and held his composure through the line. He clocked a time of 10.07 seconds, just edging out Oblique Seville, who stormed back in the closing meters with a fierce late charge to post 10.08, pushing the race to a photo finish. Zharnel Hughes and Akeem Blake were inseparable at the line, each registering 10.13 to tie for third place. Blake exploded out of the blocks with the race's fastest start but faded slightly under pressure, allowing his competitors to reel him in late. Meanwhile, Fred Kerley, who had been heavily favored, failed to deliver. Though his initial reaction was sharp, he lost pace rapidly in the final stretch, ending sixth in a disappointing 10.30, raising concerns about his current condition. Drama persisted beyond the finish line. Though victorious, Bednarek's frustration was evident. Slow-motion footage showed a minor stumble during his acceleration phase, potentially disrupting a more fluid run. Still, his endurance, honed through the 200-meter discipline, carried him through. In his post-race comments, he acknowledged the slip but emphasized the psychological boost the win provided. "It wasn't perfect," Bednarek said, "but I'm feeling more dangerous with each race." The outcome sent a strong message to the sprinting elite. Bednarek is not just a 200-meter man anymore. His triumph against seasoned 100-meter specialists may well signal a shift in his career trajectory. Meanwhile, Seville and Blake continued to reinforce Jamaica's deep sprinting tradition with their stellar performances, proving they remain formidable opponents in the global arena. As the 2025 season gets underway, the Grand Slam meet offered a fiery opening chapter. The event was packed with standout efforts and showcased just how volatile and exhilarating the short sprints can be. With Bednarek grabbing 12 points and setting a high early standard, the race for sprinting dominance is officially on, and it promises fireworks in the months ahead.